I don't write stuff down, except I did. And, so, all right, this is the truth. So I have 6 events in 4 cities today, and then, so last night I said, what's my first event? Like, okay, what's my first event? And she said, you're going to college. And I went, oh no, I can't do that. Millennials? Oh God! Please tell me I don't have to meet the millennials. My experience in school was so horrible. I'm really dyslexic, so I only had one good. Anything that happened to me that was good. Stephen Hawking invited me for lunch once. And yes, that's just going to have to do for my whole life. That's my whole school life. And he and I got into an argument, and it was really interesting. Actually, I got into an argument. He has all these kids around him, all these math genius kids, and they're very smart, and they're kind of full of themselves, but rightfully so. So one of the girls, this Russian girl, was saying that she didn't understand why grants were given for anything except math. And I, totally out of my level, said, well, that's bullshit, because what about history? And he wrote, which takes him forever, my dear Cher, when time travel is perfected, history will be obsolete. That is all my experience in school that I ever want to remember. Because all the rest of it was really bad. So, but I was thinking about millennials, and I was wondering, why do you guys kind of strike fear in the hearts of everyone above your age? And it's because we finally have got to give over power to you, and it's not like we have to give it over; you're taking it. And and that's scary, because people much younger than me that are already dead. I mean, I'm the oldest person I know. So people much younger than I am have been used to having the power, and they are frightened to give it up, and they don't know what they're giving it up to. We hear so many things about you, like you're Martians and you don't even know what you're doing. But we hope that you will be involved. And I saw you involved with Bernie, and I have to say, I was a big Bernie supporter, even though I thought his ideas are too lofty, and maybe we're not ready to be there. I can't imagine that a portion of our community, a portion of our America is ready. But I believe that the other portion is so not ready that he could not have fulfilled any of his dreams. And I mean, look, President Obama had when he was getting inaugurated, he had all the people, on the right saying, let's just make this plan here in this room for ourselves, and let's just decide not to do anything. And so that's what he fought. And I just think, I don't know how it's going to come out. I don't know how it's going to work out. I don't know, I have people spamming my Twitter account constantly because I'm so vocally against Trump. Because I have to tell you something, it's very scary, because I don't believe that all of his followers, by a long shot, would do this. But I have people threatening my life all the time because of what I say. It's nothing but I hate him, he's stupid, he's a misogynist, he's a racist, I could just go on and on. But they're just words, they're just words, and yet, from the other side, you get things that are so frightening. It's this kind of poison coming at you. So I don't believe that, I actually feel sorry for many of his followers, for most of his followers, because, I came from a very poor family, I've said this before, my grandmother picked cotton, my mom sang on a bar when she was 8 to help, feed the family, and we had, there's one story I tell, and it was a hard story for me. I had to go to school because I was very much of a jock when I was in school, but I always was moving out of my shoes before we had enough money to buy new ones. And so one time I had to go to school with rubber bands around my shoes because I couldn't keep the soles on my shoes. So I understand about, it's like, I'm rich now, okay? Oh, I'm so sorry. I accomplished the American dream, I'm so sorry. But I remember, and also being dyslexic, I know what it's like to be ashamed for no reason. I know what it's like to feel that no one is listening to you and no one really gives a shit what you think. you know, because they're not coming. You could be holding up the sign, help me forever, they're not coming. I don't know what's going to happen this election. I do know one thing. I know that we question certain things about Hillary. I love her. I have worked for her, you know, and I hope that Senator Warren and Bernie keep their foot to her ass all the time. Because I think we have to be reminded in this country. I mean, look, it's not like Tammany Hall, you know, if you're, some of you will know what that means. That old guy over there. So it's not like Tammany Hall where, you know, they make you go out 50 times and they kill you. But it's dire. You know, I've been alive through 11 presidents. And Kennedy was my guy, you know. He was my Bernie. And it was the split. That was the moment of the split. This is another moment of the split where the young people decided this is our time. We will take over. We don't like this crap that's going on now, you know. I hated it when my mother's friends, well, not really my mother's friends, but people who knew her, like when a man would come up and introduce his wife as, this is my wife, Mrs. John Dunmore. You know, not, this is Jen. You know, we didn't have the rights then that you take for granted, and my mother didn't have them, and her mother's mother didn't have them, and I'm glad to see that you have them. But I fear that with, you know, a Trump cabinet and a Trump Supreme Court and a Trump everything, you know, like Trump Disneyland, but horrible. If Disneyland was a nightmare, Trump would be the president of it.